Get ready for your daily dose of marketing strategies and tactics to get more people playing your indie game. You are listening to the Indie Game Marketing School with your instructors, Daniel Doan and Tony Chan.
For today's episode, we're going to talk about how to market your product without indie funding. Now, I'm really curious at how this works. So, Daniel, I'm ready to learn.
Awesome. All right. So, when it comes to making indie games, the status quo is that you have no budget or very little budget. So it's all about trying to figure out what to do to get the most out of your time. Since, if you think about it, when you're marketing things, you either spend time or you spend money or a mix of both. Try to figure out channels that you can double down on that, you can spend as little time as possible to get the most traction. And personally, I love Instagram for that reason. Instagram is actually one of the best channels for low cost or no cost advertising and marketing. And, it's because it's actually not as saturated as other platforms like Twitter. And a good way to leverage Instagram to do this is to basically, create really good content. So GIFs, screenshots, stuff like that. And to basically keep up that content production on a daily basis. And basically try to figure out what you can do to double down on what works and don't do what doesn't work, right? I mean, it sounds self-explanatory, but in practice, you need that consistency. I've heard from a lot of people who were I tried Instagram and it wasn't working out, so I stopped. Or, I tried Twitter, it wasn't working out, so I stopped. Then I'd be curious and I would ask them, can I see your, profile link? And so I check it and it's they're not really doing, the best practices, and they're not being consistent, and there's just a lot of flaws in their marketing strategy, which is what got me into doing marketing consulting, because it's super, awesome for me to, be oh, hey, well, here's how you can improve, and here's how I can help you. But back to the whole marketing thing, it's all about using channels that are new and that aren't saturated. So, for example, if everyone's doing something, then it's your best bet to not follow that trend and try to carve your own path. When everyone's doing A, do B. When everyone's doing C, do D.
Yeah, you got to make yourself stand out by doing something different. And like you said, Instagram is a great way to do it, and it's free. Reddit, Twitter, Snapchat is another good thing you could use to showcase your game somehow. And the great thing is all of that is all free. It does not require any funding. Of course, like you say, you have to do it in the right way, have some good headlines, have some good GIFs, good videos, good wording to attract your audience. Well, what do you think about indies reaching out to podcasts? Is podcasts a good way to get the word out? What we're doing, but is podcasts something indie game developers should try to get on and voice their games?
Yeah. Personally, I've been on maybe 6 podcasts for Sanctuary RPG, and I found that it was really rewarding for me to just get on there and share my personal story and journey. And but as far as visibility is concerned, so how I look at organic marketing, it's hard to just use one channel and be this is how you get famous, or this is how you get your game popular. It's all about that combined effort of using as many channels as you can, using the time and resources that you have at your disposal. So for example, if you're just working by yourself and you're working with with your brother or something, so you have 2 people, right? And so maybe you're working on this after work, and your brother, he might be in high school or something so he has a few hours after school, after doing his homework, of course. And so basically, you need to break down exactly how many hours you can dedicate to marketing, both for you and your whole team. Break that down into what experiments you can try to get the most traction. So, for example, after you do your calculations, you might find that you have 8 hours every week, right? So, it'd be like, okay, for 2 hours a week, I'm going to experiment with Instagram. 2 hours a week, I'm going to experiment with YouTube. And for the rest, I'm going to experiment with dev blogs. And so I mean, honestly, it's kind of like a process where you basically learn tactics, from someone who's done it before, and then you take those tactics and make them your own by, just doing it and learning more from your mistakes and also your successes.
Yeah, I'm glad you pointed out the time. Like, whatever, use your time effectively. So whatever it takes, I guess, the less time to get the most traction, that's what you want to do. That's it for today's episode on how to market your product without any funding. So see, like, guys, you start your budget, or, we're indies, and so our budget's not that great, and this is just a great way to market your product. So go out there and start using these tools to your advantage and get your game out there. So that's it for today's episode. I'm Tony Chan from Game Dev Loadout.
And I'm Dan Lund from Butchlow Media.
This session of Indie Game Marketing School has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for daily marketing strategies to help you find the fan base your game deserves. Don't forget to rate and review the show so we can bring you more valuable content. Until then, keep pushing forward. We'll see you on the next episode.